that was put across different grades in the school, it ranged somewhere between 10 to about close to 30%. And this is between standards that I'm referring to, as students are moving from, say, an upper KG to class 1, or say a class 5 to a class 6 kind of a movement. Right, so that has been our primary concern. We had tabled that with the principal of the school at least on 3 different occasions. We had also shared with him the petition on change.org that we had filed jointly as parents of the school. We were promised that there would be responses provided by the country head of why this or how this hike has really happened, and what are the opportunity to roll this back. However, with our follow-ups, we have not seen any respite, and hence we decided to hold a peaceful protest in front of the school today that you had covered.
Right. Since you told me, one second, since you told me, Mr. Dev, that you expected a response from the country head and received none. Rajiv Katyal is the country head of Global Indian International School, joins us right now. Rajiv Katyal, do you want to respond to what Ananda Dev just said?
Correct. So first of all, I think there is some misinterpretation on the fee hike. The first thing is the fee hike, if you compare with last year, class to class, is just 6 to 9%. And it is in line with the increased facilities and the increase in operational costs. These fees have been visible on the website of the school for quite some time. What happens is the parents are supposed to get the invoices 15 days before the school starts. That's what I think the gentleman is referring to. At no point of time have we gone in for the kind of fee hike of 10 to 30%, which is being talked about. The hike has just been 6 to 9%. The data has been shared with Mirror now. It has been shared with the parents. And number 2, we are open to any kind of dialogue or discussion. The parent has been in touch with the principal, has been in touch with the parents. There's no issue about continuing the dialogue and discussing it in detail. But I'd like to repeat here that the hike is in single-digit percentage and fairly reasonable given the increased operational cost, not more than that.
So tell me something, Mr. Katyal, when you say increase in operational cost, what are these operational costs and facilities that you're providing right now at the school at this increased price?
See, there are 2 aspects to it. The first thing is the increase in operational costs in terms of teacher salaries, in terms of facility management expenses, in terms of things like academic operations which happen over there, in terms of increased lease rental expenditures. These are all costs which private, unaided or self-financed schools like us incur, which increase every year. The second thing is we have been adding new facilities like a new middle school block, a host of new labs like the IT lab, art and craft lab, dance lab. There's a new multi-purpose hall coming up, a new swimming pool coming up. All these are additional costs which come to the owners of a private unaided school. And because these costs happen, we are forced to go in for a single-digit percentage fee hike, which I think is reasonable. There's no attempt to go for a 10 to 30% hike as is being talked about. There's a question of the interpretation of data, which we're open to discuss with the parents. Our doors are open and we are ready to discuss. There is an increase in facilities and there's a definite increase in costs.
Another day, if you want new swimming pools and you want new facilities, why aren't you prepared to pay them by your fees? Yes, go ahead.
All right, sir. To your point, firstly, as parents, we are really looking at a child moving from one grade to the other, right? So when we are doing our comparison, obviously, it is between a grade to the higher grade, to the next higher grade. And I'll give you some data that is right in front of me, sir. As you have said, that it's only a single-digit hike. Now I'm looking at data based on what parents have paid up till now. In the year, between the year of 2014 and 2015, the hike between nursery and KG1 has been in the order of 17.71%. The hike between KG1 to KG2 has been in the order of 8%. The hike between KG2 and grade 1, sir, has been in the order of 21.15%. Our kid doesn't stay in the same class, sir. You know that very well. Our kids are moving upwards only, and obviously that cost is what we would account for. So with all due respect, these are the numbers that are provided based on correct figures, based on invoices that have been generated by the school.
All right, I want to bring in the rest of the panel at this point. All right, I want to bring in the rest of the panel at this point because I want to see where everybody else stands. And Niranjan Shetty,